Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah, amma ba'd. So this video is about 1 hour and a half, but we will go through part of it, part by part, and deconstruct it. So the first argument is about prophets. So let's play it and let's go through it, inshallah.
Hello?
Hi, Christian Prince.
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm alright. What do you want to say to us?
I have one rational thing that...
Okay, you as a Muslim, you have something rational for us. Give it to us. Go ahead.
So he starts off by putting the individual down, trying to say, "Oh, you have a rational thing." So it's already making the audience think, okay, this person is doesn't have anything, and it's just the tone of voice that he employs. Like he's already discounting, or he's not engaging properly with the individual. Instead of actually being sincere and asking for a rational thing, he's actually putting the other person down already.
Islam is the only religion that actually unifies all the other faiths under God.
That is a...
So this is actually a profound point that's been made here. What she says is that all of the religions is actually unified under Islam, which basically, like for example, Christianity and Judaism, we believe Prophet Jesus, Prophet Moses came, and they preached the same message. And then Islam is the final message, and we also believe in multiple other prophets. So what she's saying is that it's a continuation in a sense. That it's a continuation, and so the people of Judaism and Christianity, they can also accept the faith and get under the banner of even they can still be the followers of Moses and Jesus by following the last messenger. So that's the unification that she's indicating to, and also when it comes to other prophets too. We believe that there was multiple prophets that came to every nation. So if they are, like for example, there's other false religions too, where they may also have good teachings and whatnot, and it is possible that they have also originated from they have come from a prophet, so their message or their teachings have come from a prophet. So hence what we're basically inviting everyone. It's not closed, shut off religion. It's a religion that's inviting everyone, and it's saying that there's possible the origination is true. So your origination might be true, especially especially with Christianity and Judaism, the origination is true. But with the other religions, we don't really know. So it could be true, and we're actually inviting them to come under the banner of Islam, the last message. So yeah, let's continue, inshallah.
Big fat lie, my friend.
I'll tell you why, Ray.
That's a big fat lie. Show it to me. Here we go. It's a challenge in front of it. I'm not insulting you. I'm just saying whoever told you that, he lied to you. Show me how Islam unifies all religions under one faith. Go ahead.
Well, our understanding is that there have been over 184,000 prophets.
It's what? What?
She made a slight error here. It's not 184, it's 124. But we'll come to that as well. The narration itself is disputed. So we'll come to that in a moment. Let's just go through this.
There's been over 184,000 prophets.
184,000 prophets.
So we believe that all these prophets...
Okay, what happened to those prophets? What is their names?
Okay, firstly, let's go to the narration itself, and then we'll continue where we left off. Alright, so let's analyze the narration that's been mentioned, 124,000 prophets. So if you look here, this site has mentioned that the report is actually disputed. So there's some hadith scholars have said this is Sahih or Hasan, which is basically reliable. And other scholars have actually said that it's weak and there's deficiencies within the report. So it's not an impossibility that it's 124,000 prophets, but it's not confirmed completely. So here they analyze the narration and they show you the gradings. So it's basically it's a doubtful report. So in conclusion, it's a doubtful report where scholars have disputed it. So we can't really say that how many there actually were. So we can't really mention that whether it's 124,000 or not. It's kind of disputed. If a person takes the opinion it's 124,000 prophets, that's a valid opinion, but it's not something that you can say conclusively that that's the case basically. So now let's go back to the video, and he actually said where's the names. So hypothetically, if that hadith was reliable, and we take that particular opinion, we don't need 124,000 names. That's a bit obvious. We don't need the names. We don't even need any evidence to prove that whether that's the case. We have an author of the Quran. We have the Prophet telling us. If we deem that report as reliable, we have the Prophet telling us that this is a case. 124,000 prophets came. The Prophet is a truthful man. His truthfulness we can prove. True revelation, true reliability, true evidences. So by the virtue of the fact that he's reliable and trustworthy, whatever he says will be true. So even though we have not witnessed it, for example, even when it comes to your mom and dad, if you trust them and they tell you, okay, there was an accident, at the motorway, there was an accident there, you just automatically believe in that. Why would you believe in it? Because you trust them, okay, they won't lie. It is also possible your mom and dad can lie, that's the case as well. But generally, the case when you build up a relationship, and also you realize this person, individual, is trustworthy, you tend to believe them. So likewise, when it comes to a prophet, we have already reached that degree of certainty that he is a truthful one, and hence what he says is also what we can trust. So hence we would take this report and say, if it is a reliable report, we would take it and say that's the case of the 124,000 prophets. We don't need names. We have 25 names in the Quran. Let me show you. Give me a second. So here is where the verse that mentions the prophets. Either most of them or some of them. 125 prophets, the names are here. So from here to here, the 125 prophets name. You can also see the names here, 125 prophets of Allah mentioned in the Quran. These are the names, if you guys are interested. So these are mentioned within the scripture already, but we don't need the names of all the prophets. So he's trying to make a non-argument. Currently, he's making a non-argument. He's saying, where are the names? Even if you don't have the names, hypothetically, even if you have 0 names, it's irrelevant. It doesn't prove anything true or false. Okay, so let's proceed.
I'm telling you the idea behind why I believe Islam is the only unifying religion. So.
See, you just said something proving Muhammad to be a liar, my friend, because you just said there's 184.
This guy's a liar himself. So this guy lies. If you wanna interested to see his lies, go to Farid, respond, and you'll find there's a playlist exposing this guy lying 100 and something times, 100 or maybe 9 or something like that times. So this guy lies. He's a habitual liar, and he lies quite a lot. So he's accusing the Prophet of lying, but instead he's the liar. So let's continue.
It says in chapter 14, verse number 4, we never send any messenger except in the language and the tongue of his own people. Do you agree with the Quran or not?
Of course.
Okay. So who is the Muslim messenger to India who speak the tongue of India? There's more than 400 languages in India alone.
So here, the message. There's been prophets that come to every nation, that like the verse was mentioned. It's the final prophet. There's not going to be any more prophets after the final prophet. So I think he's trying to make a point. Okay, look at India. Like they have multiple languages. Where's their prophet? We believe that after the final prophet, there's no other prophet that's going to be coming. So prior to that, there was multiple prophets that came to every nation. So sometimes when multiple prophets came during like the same era, during the same period. If you look at Surah Yasin, it mentions about one prophet coming, and then another prophet coming to reinforce. So he mentions this, and then like in that particular passage, there's three prophets that came during the same era. So it's possible. It's not that it has to be different eras or maybe like years apart. It could be the same era. It could be multiple prophets coming and then reminding the people, reinforcing the message. So yeah, so he's making a non-argument so far. Let's continue.
I don't know his name. I'm just giving you the general
So
idea.
from all the 400 nation languages ethnic group in India, you could not find me one person? Isn't it weird?
It's irrelevant if you can't find none of the. That's not the point. The point of the last message is not to give you a whole list of biographies of prophets. It's to be a guidance. So the last message of the Quran is to come as a guidance, not as a history book. Not like just telling you, okay, these people lived in the past. That's not the purpose of revelation, is it? The purpose of revelation is to guide you.
You know, even though I don't know the names of the prophets,
But this is not the problem. This is not the issue. The issue is that you are you're taking.
This is not the issue. Then why are you asking the question? Oh yeah, this is not the issue. This is not the issue about the names. But why are you asking the question about names then? What a weird guy.
Into consideration as a fact when it is something cannot be proven. I cannot say now.
I've already mentioned about his proven thing that is the prophet is trustworthy. So if he has said this and this report is reliable, but then it follows logically it follows that he has said the truth.
I have a God who sent to every nation. He sent a million messenger. Okay, give me a name of them. I cannot. That's when I'm fabricating a lie. Did the Hindu mention any
Again, a false point. How is the individual making a lie when he's getting revelation? So if you believe in revelation, you believe God is revealing things to him. And you can prove that revelation he's getting revelation. You can prove it via other evidences like prophecies of the future, etc. You don't need to prove every single thing that he says. So that he's making non-points so far.
any prophet is a Muslim prophet before? No. Did the Indian from any religion? There's tons of religion in India. Did they mention that? No. What about the Chinese? What about the Japanese? What about the all the Asian nation? Where is those messengers? Nobody heard of them. Did your God Allah He send a messenger to the Indian in America and North America or South America? So this is a big fat lie. This is alone is a proof to us that Islam is a false religion. Secondly, when you say that Allah He sent 184,000 messenger, but yet still He cannot make us Muslims, this means He's a big failure.
Alright, so this is a massive error he fell into. Another fallacious reasoning that he's employing. He's saying that that the Creator has sent us multiple messengers, and then we still cannot convert us. What kind of illogical thing is this? Firstly, he's assuming the will of God. He's assuming why God has sent the messages in the first place. The God sent the messages, the Creator has sent the messengers, so they give the message to the people, not to if he wanted everyone to believe, he could have just made them believe. That's not the purpose. The purpose is a test. The purpose is for people to have free will to choose themselves to worship or not. That's the purpose of sending multiple messengers. And the purpose is as a test, like if they're gonna refuse, they refuse. But the Creator has given them ample evidence, clear evidence, for them to believe. So it's irrelevant whether people believe or do not believe.
No, he's not failure. I'll tell you what.
Listen, lady. When he sent 184,000 messenger, did he send books with them?
I don't know.
Okay, that's mean that you have.
So now she said I don't know, and now he's gonna try to make a whole point now from that, even though she said I don't know. Firstly, he doesn't. No narration mentions about all of them receiving books, but now he watches, and his next argument is going to be about the prophets. All 100. There's going to be 180 something books, 1,000 books. But even though she just said I don't know, there's no evidence that all these prophets received books. So she's now he's making stuff up. Secondly, um, yeah. So secondly, it's possible that books in history can be lost, and there hardly any. It's quite difficult. Obviously, it was difficult to have paper in the first place, and it's possible that books, if they did have books at a certain stage, it's possible that they got lost. So that is historically that's possible as well. But like I said, there's no narration that mentions that all of these prophets received books. So he's making like a false argument. He's just making stuff up right now. You can hear him make it up.
For God, who have a library, and this library have 184,000 books. But only one book, the Muslim claim, is left on this library. Your God is the worst.
Another thing, these messages were time specific. So the previous messages, like the Quran mentions, like the Injil and Torah and Zabur, they were time specific. So people, over time, people started to change it. It was left in the hands of the people, so they were entrusted with them, and so they started changing it and whatnot. So it was their responsibility to take care of it. Allah never gave us such a promise about taking care of it. And it was, like I said, it was time specific, so it fulfilled the purpose. The purpose was to guide the people at the time. And those who messed around with it, they'll get punished. And then the final message has come to clarify to the people what's the truth, what's the falsehood. And this is timeless. It's not time specific, it's timeless. So it's preserved and it's promised. The Creator has given us promise about the Quran.
Librarian ever in history. He could not preserve the 184,000 books, and he lost all of them except one. That is the Quran. How we can trust this God to be God? Imagine you have a guy, you give him a key for a building, and he have inside this building 184,000 books. And then we come back after many years, and then we open the building, and we find that in this building there's only one book in the shelf. How funny this guardian for the book is. He will spend the rest of his life in jail, and nobody will believe that he lost them. People will believe that he's corrupt and he sold them in the black market. Don't you agree?
No.
What do you mean no? What is it then? Where is the 184,000 prophet books? What happened to them? All of them, they're gone?
Well, you know, some Jamaicans, they also had a prophet.
Oh, the Jamaican, they have a prophet. Okay. What's his name? His name was Muhammad?
No. They had their religion is called Rastafarian, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What does that have to do with Muhammad, with Allah? You see, you are mixing things up. The Jamaican, they believe in voodoo and many crazy stuff. Don't go there. Listen, lady. Is it true that Aisha, she said that the Quran was eaten by a goat?
So the next point that he's going to be making is going to be about some goat argument that he's going to be making. So I'll basically debunk that in the next video, inshallah, and we'll continue from this. We'll continue from this part from 5 minutes. So we stopped at 5 minutes. We'll continue, inshallah, to the next point. I think today we dealt with the points that he made about the prophets thing. So we'll go on to the next point. But I think the next video should be coming maybe another 1-2 days, inshallah. It'll be quite easy to do. Almost all of these arguments that he's making is very, very simple, very, very easy to debunk. The next one is going to be about the goat eating the Quran, which I've got like a whole list of resources that I can show you about it, and I'll show you the research and whatnot, and the conclusions, and how he's making false arguments. So till next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.